Welcome back to the Ambition Over Fear portal. I'm Atlas Opia, and I help people expand their interdimensional knowledge. In today's video, I'm going to be discussing how to crystallize your thoughts into matter. If you're wanting to create an experience in this reincarnation or heal an aspect of your body, it really leans on your ability to trust that your imagination is a quantum field, and when you can see the energy coming into its manifestation, it happens more quickly. But I'm going to give you a tip if you watch until the end of this video on how to speed up and strengthen this process. So starting off, step one is really allowing your mind to unlearn any belief that tells you your imagination is make-believe. Because the truth is, our formless soul took form, and we have certain mechanics in this body, in this matrix, that allows us to connect to the different dimensions of our own consciousness. Once you're able to access the different dimensions of your own consciousness strategically, you can gain a more holistic position as you're creating in this body. So the imagination is how your mind connects to the information coming through your third eye. The third eye is how your body connects to the entire universe. So in order to create, you have to realize that your imagination comes in the minute you see it for what it is, which is a powerful way to interact with the quantum field of consciousness itself. So whether you're wanting to heal an aspect of your body or create an experience in the external world, if you see it happening in your imagination, that is half the work. The other half is taking time to unlearn any belief that tells you reality is solid and logic triumphs everything. Logic is useful when you're applying it to a situation that allows you to get something done through a set of steps. But it is only good for the use of that. And there are different uses, but we as a society rely more heavily on logic, and that is why we have been bound to the third dimension and this limited way of being. So see it being done and trust that your imagination is your connection to the quantum field, and whatever you do in your imagination becomes real. So step two is realizing this. Every single manifestation in any of the dimensions takes place because an energy runs through different layers to then create the final product. You can think of it like this. It's almost when you have an intention, you're wanting to manifest something. And then as you let go and receive from the infinite flow of the universe with the divine feminine, and you allow yourself to be open to the unknown, experiences come in, people come in, ways of thinking come in that have a compound effect and lead you to where you're going. So the intention went through different layers so it could become the final product. So being able to realize that your strength in manifesting comes from feeling into your intuition when you're asking how to do something, and trusting that your imagination is how you're able to act on that intuition. And when you realize that, you can move into the flow of consciousness more. So then when you're wanting to take your intention and have it manifest, you can allow it to move through different layers And the layers that you move it through, I'm going to elaborate on in the next step. So step 3 is energy becomes real based on the blueprint it's creating from. It's almost like when you're creating a business. You have a strategy, a blueprint, and a business plan that you build off of. When you're trying to incorporate a new habit, you create a set of actions that can lead you to where you're going. That is a structure and a blueprint. So a blueprint of energy is kind of seeing that energy will reproduce depending on the structure you create it in. And the structure depends on what you're trying to create. So if you're trying to create an experience, you can imagine this experience in kind of a holographic form. You know, when you're watching a movie and you see an image of the Matrix as a bunch of kind of geometric lines that create the outline of something. Or if you're used to playing video games and you notice in a game there is an image or a person or an event, but it is more holographic, so it's kind of transparent and there is all of the lines running through it in that sense. So it's like if you're looking at a cube, you see the lines that make the third dimensional cube. Or if you're looking at a house, you see the blueprint of lines that create the structure. So if you're wanting to manifest an experience, say I'm wanting to see myself in a new home, then you can imagine the home is in a holographic form, which is the premature version of energy before it manifests into something bigger. And then I'm seeing the home as this holographic image. I'm seeing the lines of energy, the particles that create the walls. You know, you allow your imagination to kind of see the sacred geometry of what you're creating. And then from that point, you visualize that the experience you're creating or the part of your body you're trying to heal, you can imagine that there is a holographic structure of energy that is there. And then you're imagining that unseen template of energy coming into form in the third dimensional reality, almost as if you're seeing an image that is slightly transparent becoming more solid. And when you allow your imagination to run through those steps, what that's going to do is it's going to connect you to the actual energy and the process of the energy becoming real. But if you can see the steps that an energy has to take before it goes from the unseen to the seen, you can really activate the process more. So step 4 is feeling as if when you see seed energy moving into actual physical matter, that you're visualizing the holographic template of energy. So the experience you're trying to create or the body part you're trying to heal, you imagine that there is these lines around the structure of what you're trying to create, and then you can use your imagination to see golden light enhancing those lines so it can become solid. And you just have to go through that process in your imagination and kind of see it play out more. So try this technique, and when you're doing it, be open to the mind coming in and trying to take control over what is happening, because the mind is how our formless body, our formless soul takes form in this body. The mind is the interface that is supposed to keep us in this reincarnation for a longer period of time. So the mind is just wanting to keep you safe by keeping you in the confinement of what it knows. So when that happens, just kind of be very open to communicating with your mind and explaining to your mind that reality is energy creating matter, and anything solid we see is the final form of an energy. And if we would like to change the outcome that we're experiencing, we go and basically change the energy behind what is being manifested. By using sacred geometry, by using the idea of a blueprint, which is the skeleton of what we're wanting to create, and then imagine that blueprint filling in and becoming more solid in the physical world. So definitely try that out, and thank you guys for watching this video. I have a lot more guides and information on this channel. I make videos every Tuesday and Thursday. Definitely subscribe if you're interested in expanding your awareness of the universe and how your soul is interacting with the entire quantum field, and then developing different skill sets so you understand how to access different parts of your consciousness to get certain things done. And if you're a empathic starseed or an alchemist or somebody that is coming into an awakening and the power behind the awakening is very intense, or you've had your awakening and you feel like there is something new that you should learn and come into, then definitely consider my galactic quantum coaching. My soul has had this mission for a while, and that is to bring new spiritual technology into the collective consciousness, because now we're remembering that we have different reincarnations as higher dimensional beings, and as we remember those timelines, we get a greater hunger to perform higher levels of alchemy and magic and really embody our full power. So through my coaching, I present you different skills and create a structure around consciousness and how to interact with it and how to create new forms of consciousness. So definitely let me know, and hope you guys have an amazing day. Bye.